start with, we need some freshly squeezed lime juice, and I normally find that rolling the lime like that before you squeeze it helps to get more of the juices out. Squeeze 2 limes because I only get about 6 tablespoons of lime juice out of there. And that's just going to give it that lovely, fresh, citrusy flavour. That's about 6 tablespoons. I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Might look like quite a lot of garlic, but really this is just a marinade for the fish tacos, and so it's not actually going into the dish. This is just going to be flavouring the fish before we go ahead and cook it. Next up I've got some cumin, some kosher salt and some chili flakes that I'm popping there with the whip that up nicely to a beautiful juicy marinade that we'll put the fish into later. Now, you don't want to put the fish into this yet. You really want to wait until maximum a half hour before you're ready to start barbecuing. Otherwise your fish is going to just fall apart on the grill, and you don't want that. So once that's mixed, just set that aside in the fridge, let those flavours just combine nicely, and you're ready to go. We'll start off with the salsa and 2 nice biggish mangoes. Just give those a quick peel. The salsa doesn't always necessarily have to be a mango salsa with this dish. Pineapple salsa can work really well. Once we got them peeled, we're going to just slice into them and start chopping them. With the stringiness of a mango, I tend to find it's easiest to start near the back where the stem attaches, and go forward, and that way you're going with the strings and you don't get caught up in all of that. You really want to avoid taking any of the pulp with your slice, because that's not going to be very nice in a salsa. Just get them into nice evenish cubes. Normally at this point I chop and add an onion, but one of my guests today is slightly allergic to onions, so I'm going to leave them out and chop them up in a separate bowl later, which means that we move on to the lime juice. Depending on how juicy your limes are, you'll probably need 1 or 2 limes. Next we're going to take some fresh mint. Mint can be very tough and stringy, so you really want to chop this up as finely as you can, so that you're just adding that delicious fresh summery flavour of the mint without any of the coarseness of the actual leaf. Just keep chopping away at it until you get nice and fine. salsa. Normally I like to use fresh jalapeno here, but this morning I couldn't find any, so I've taken some bottled jalapeno. And again, we're just going to slice that up. Use more jalapenos if you like it a little bit hotter, and obviously less if you're sensitive to chili's heat. You don't want to leave any big chunks of jalapeno here. You really just want it to be a nice little source of warmth throughout the salsa, with that peppery flavour that the jalapenos give. Adding a teaspoon of kosher salt. Just really mix that together nicely. And then lastly, I just like to add a little bit of coarsely chopped coriander leaf. If you're American, you'll notice cilantro. It's really just coarsely chopped. You don't want it to be too fine. Just adding a bit of colour, and again that slightly summery flavour. Just mix that all in nicely. Your mango salsa is good to go. And then for those who want it, I'm just going to chop a little bit of red onion and give them that option. Because this is going in raw, you just really want to try and keep it as thinly chopped as you can, just to give that slight crunch, that slight oniony flavour to the salsa for those people that want it. So there you go. Mango salsa and some chopped onion to go with it. Right, about half an hour before you're ready to eat, take your fish fillets and stick them in something like a Ziploc bag, and pour in that marinade that you made earlier. Squeeze out as much air as you can and seal up the bag, and then just really move it around a little bit, make sure that they all get a good coating, and then stick it in the fridge for half an hour. Stop it. Next to it, you just